Alright, just got my epoxy mixed up, so let's jump right into it. Starting with the mini driver. This is the one we had butt weight in, so nothing extra to do at the tip. Take a little epoxy, just put you a thin little film on here. Slide your ferrule on, and as you slide it on, twist it. What we're doing is working epoxy up underneath the ferrule to help make sure it stays in place. Take you a little bit more, and just put you a real thin film around the shaft. It doesn't take much. What we're doing is just making sure we've got some on there and into the kind of texture we scratched into it earlier. And now we're just going to take a little bit, work it around down inside the hosel. Try not to make a mess. When you're putting them on, always spin them. What that does is it just moves the epoxy around in there. And then we'll push it up, make sure it's bottomed out. Take a piece of paper towel, wipe off all our excess epoxy, and then no acetone. Acetone is how you polish your ferrules. It will eat them up, so no acetone here. I'm just making sure I've got all the epoxy off. I use these little clamps sometimes, mostly on woods with shorter ferrules. A lot of times on my irons I use tape to lock them in place. We got that. We're going to give a little quick wipe around that ferrule just to make sure we've got all the epoxy off. And it looks like we do. So I'm going to take this thing, and we're building these logo down. That's what I always do, unless somebody asks for something different. I'm going to lay it down on the ground, give it a look, make sure everything seems lined up. Even with these clamps on, don't pick it up just by the shaft. So it should be good.
At the par 5/8. This is tee shot at the par 3.
Popped it up there to start drying. Let's go on to our driving iron. Again, we're putting this in the clamp. Logo up. That way when I put the head on and it's hanging down, it makes the shaft logo down. So same thing. We're just gonna put us a little film on here. Take our ferrule, spin it on.
Yeah, like so many golf courses, we reference the fact that this
Put us a little thin bit
feels a lot like Westchester Country Club. All these golf courses
around there. We got no tip weight on this one. This one actually swing weighted out good.
Near each other on small footprints. That was one
Then
of
we're
the
going to take a
aspects
little
of
bit
old golf courses.
and put down in the hosel. It doesn't take that much. Just a little coating down in there. And same thing, we're just going to spin it on, get it up to that ferrule. I'm going to give it a little push, make sure I feel it bottom out.
Players to be able to use all of their clubs to warm up, so to speak. A lot of the old golf courses that we play don't really have driving
Wipe off
ranges.
excess.
Westchester Country Club back in the day when we played there on the PGA Tour. We
Crap,
warmed
I
up
got two paper towels stuck
the
together.
other
There we
golf
go.
course because that's
Give it a
driving
quick
range, but the
clean
other
off
driving
there.
range was the parking lot for all the spectators. George McNeil, who shared the first round lead with Scott Henn, pitching it onto the green.
Put our
after
clamp
eight.
on.
Not bad.
Get that head sitting where we want it. And then we're going to go to the floor with it real easy.
Starts with par 5.
Give it a look.
Zach Johnson getting ready to play his second.
Looks
here.
right.
Par 5-15. John Cook is with this.
Blind as a bat.
Zach Johnson.
I got a little spot of epoxy there that I missed. It's easier to wipe it off when it's wet and clean it off after it's dry.
unusual. He's driven the ball beautifully today.
Trust me,
Doesn't have a whole lot
I know
of
that from doing it the hard way more than once.
Really have a plan to get this ball back into play on this par 5, set him up for a nice little wedge shot. He's got to go low, and then he has to clear the rough as well, Peter. This is not an easy pitch.
On our utility wood. I'm trying to go fairly quick because we don't want our epoxy to start setting up on us. Same thing, no tip weight on this one. So we're just going to put our little film on there. Spin our ferrule on.
Played his college golf at Drake, and earlier this week was given an honorary membership to the Waukon Club.
Just a film on the tip.
Over at the 8, Scott Henn. Playing
And
his
then a
third
little
shot,
bit
par 5.
down in the hosel. We're just going to make sure we're coated all the way around. Just a thin coating.
And tied for 3rd at the senior PGA.
Then we're going to spin it on.
Cody Retief Gusick playing his 3rd.
Bottom it out.
Yes, bunker Bob. I mean, another 5 feet to the right, and he'd have been way down there with just an iron into this green.
Paper towel.
Got up against that
Got
face.
one with some alcohol on it already.
Now 127 to this right front hole location, downwind. Wind is completely switched. It was coming out of the southeast earlier. Now it's out of the northwest. Well, this is the easiest hole in the golf
All
course
good and
today.
clean.
30 birdies against 14 pars. No bogeys.
What's interesting about this hole, lucky there. Interesting about easiest hole on the course, but it's the 3rd most difficult fairway to hit because of the dramatic left to right slope. So if you can put it in the fairway, you almost turn it into a par 4.
Well, over at the 8th, this is the 2nd easiest hole. 20 birdies, 16 pars.
Now let's do our hybrid. Get our shaft in here. Logo up. Now this adapter does not use a ferrule. So a little tip weight. I'm going to shove just a dot of epoxy in the end of the shaft. Put a little bit on here. Reason I do that is if his head ever has to come back off, I don't want that weight epoxied in the bottom of the head and then have to fight to get it out of there. I want it to come out with the shaft. So we put us a little film on there.
That's what makes the golf course fun. It's like a roller coaster.
Put us a little film inside the adapter.
Challenge you, also give you a break on
Now,
something.
all these fit good, so I'm not using any beads, any shafting beads. This is just straight epoxy. Same thing again. We're just going to spin it. Make sure we're spreading out epoxy in there everywhere. Make sure it's bottomed out.
2 European Senior Tour events last year, so he is accustomed to winning. Well, John,
Clean it
Zach
off.
Johnson, just short of the green here at 15.
Again, this is just how I do things. Probably taking extra steps that I don't need to,
I'm
but
not going to call anything else because I was completely wrong on that his second shot. I thought he was going to pitch down the fairway, but now he's got an eagle pitch.
get ourselves put together there. Line that up.
Going, does have to carry about 4 or 5 steps on the green.
Sit down, double check it.
and release downwind.
That's what we
John,
want.
what I love about
The catch and the contact.
what Zach does here, watch, he has a very strong left-hand grip, and he just holds the club.
And last one, we're going to do the driver.
Flat. So it comes out generally right on line.
Yeah, it's a beautiful motion. Takes a little bit of a little check
So
release.
get it set. Logo down how we want it.
You got a little too frisky with it. That's about 10 feet by.
There we go. Now, I forgot to do this. I'm gonna pop this out real quick.
Really good.
Drivers with adapters,
Within 20
I usually do not have the head on there when I put it on. I know we want to be 2 clicks below standard, or above, I mean. Double check myself. 2 ticks below standard, so we're de-lofting it just a touch.
And hit a beautiful shot from 250 yards right over top.
Let's get our
of the
ferrule.
lights, just off the back edge of the rock.
Now with this ferrule, we don't have to put any
He needed that.
epoxy underneath it. We'll actually get it, it'll epoxy in with the adapter. Tip weight, just put a little bit of epoxy in the end, put a little bit on the weight. Same thing, we'll just spin that thing in there.
It's got holes to erase that triple. You see that triple?
And then put our little thin coat
Two hole, that par 3
on the shaft tip.
Really difficult for the players this week.
Some pitching for his birdie. And he'll get out of there with par.
The tailor-made adapters, whatever setting you want it on, you just line that up with what you want to be the bottom of the shaft, the downside, which we're doing the logo down. So we'll just take this adapter, spin it on.
Shot 3 under through his opening 8. Tee shot at the 9th.
There it goes. Locked into its ferrule. Get the excess off. And now I'm going to spin this till I get the setting we want right on top. Yes, you can do it by eye.
Zach Johnson, more than he would have expected for his 9th.
We want it
birdie
right
of the day.
there.
That's the problem with trying
Make
to
sure our
be
ferrule's
efficient.
seated good in the adapter.
Real aggressive.
Same thing, one more time.
Back, so
A piece of paper
as
towel,
soon as he's been putting, I'd be
a little alcohol.
I'd give him a pretty good chance to make this. There's not much to it, really.
Make sure we get all that epoxy cleaned off there so we don't have to try to do it the hard way later.
That the guys just behind him have a lot more holes to play, a lot of scoring holes. So he's trying to rack up as many birdies as he can to make sure that he's in good position for Sunday.
Yeah, that's a great point, Brock. They have plenty of holes left. There's a lot of them, on this side. Birdie
I'm gonna be
opportunities.
careful putting that clamp on, make sure we didn't move it.
Locked in on this one. There's not much to this.
That's it. I'm gonna give it just a little tap on the ground, make sure it's seated well. And that's it. We're glued up.
That's 2 disappointing cars on these cars.
Always mix more epoxy than I know I'm gonna need. That way I've got some on my board here. I use a little piece of stainless
Still 8 under on his round.
so I can make sure that the epoxy seems to cure correctly. So take my little spatula,
Execution on a tough approach. Now,
a little alcohol,
get paid from here. With this
get
swing,
epoxy cleaned off that
custom spec by Master Fitters specifically for her move.
because my OCD says so.
At Second Swing, you'll find the industry's largest selection of new.
That's good and clean.
Sport-level fitting.
We can put it back in the toolbox
Or online.
and call it a day. And we'll get these down tomorrow. We'll get them gripped and they will be ready to go. So, same as always, questions, comments, you know where to put them. I appreciate you watching. If you like these videos, like and follow. One of these days, if there's enough of you that does it, it'll help me out. And it'll definitely let me know that at least somebody enjoys these and I should keep making them. So, just trust me. It doubles the amount of time it takes to do any club work. Moving cameras, setting up. Yeah. But I'm happy to do it if you like it. So let me know. Until next time, see ya.